Why did I start hairdressing? I worked in a salon on Saturdays when I was 14, and it was quite a family-orientated business, and I thought, yeah, I want to do this, but I don't particularly want to be there, you know. And I went to go and work at the salon. My mum had a haircut, and they didn't want to send me to college, and my mother was adamant that I would go to college. So I went to college for 3 years on my day off at the London College of Fashion in Oxford Circus. And we had art, we had hair, we had all kinds of things, and I did wig making, so it was an interesting course, and it's carried me through various things in my life. And every apprentice I had to show my qualifications, because I had a sitting guild in hairdressing, wig making, and I've used it for photo shoots, for film shoots, and that's carried me well. So I worked in the first salon in East Finchley for 5 years. Did a 3-year apprenticeship, worked there for an extra 2 years. Then I was after 3 years they qualified, and then they tell you that you're a first-year operator and a second-year operator, and after that you're qualified. So after that I went to go and work at Jones Brothers in Holloway Road, which was a part of the John Lewis partnership. And there were 10 apprentices and about 20 stylists, and I was a junior stylist. It was a busy salon, lots going on, learned a lot. I think my first real person that really sort of was my mentor was a lady probably in her 50s at that stage called Betty, and she would go to the dispensary and she would mix this and she'd mix that, and I always kind of stood by her side and asked her many questions about colouring, and I think she was my main mentor. And through my life I've gone to Tony and Guy, I've done Sassoon's courses, I've done a few courses along the way. So after the John Lewis partnership, I went travelling for about a year. I spent a year in Israel, cashed my ticket in, travelled through Europe with 2 Argentinian brothers. We travelled through, at that stage, Yugoslavia, Hungary, Austria, Switzerland. We worked in Switzerland. I eventually came back to London, and I wanted to get work again, but I didn't want to go back to where I started my career, and because I'd been travelling I couldn't get into the profession at that stage, so I went to do a general job. I actually packed continental quilts, and I saved up some money and I took myself on a course, an advanced hairdressing course in London. At that stage it was the Morris Masterclass, and I did a 6-week course there, got myself up to date and got back into hairdressing. And then I worked at the Holiday Inn in Swiss Cottage, and I probably worked there for a year or 2. There was all different types of clients coming in because it was a hotel. We had beauty in there as well. Then I stayed there, probably about a year and a half, and then I went travelling for a month or so. While working at Swiss Cottage, we actually got to know the staff quite well, and that's where I learned to drink pina colada, which was really quite nice sometimes after work. Before I left Swiss Cottage, I kind of got the travel bug again, and I was planning to move to South Africa, which took me more than a year or so to get my immigration papers up to date. So I carried on working until I left there. While I was planning to go to South Africa, I decided to go for holiday before I got to go, because I realised that I'd have to work for a year before I could get a holiday. So I went to Cyprus for a month, which was amazing, and had some fun in the sun before I knew I had to start working again.